Good morning and welcome back to 10-Minute English Cafe. It is Saturday, June 27th, 2026.
Saturday morning already feels like the week finally put its bags down.
I felt that. Before recording, I reset our little table here. Cups on the left, notes on the right, crumbs gone.
That is my favorite kind of reset. Nothing dramatic, just enough space to breathe.
Exactly. Today's keyword is reset, spelled R-E-S-E-T.
Nice. That word feels useful before anything breaks.
Yes, a reset can mean starting again, but it can also mean adjusting something so it can keep going. So not quitting, more like let's fix the setup before it falls apart. Perfect. Today we start in space with a telescope that needs a rescue boost.
That is already more exciting than my table reset.
Then we look at workplace benefits and why some companies are cutting back.
That one feels very real, very fast.
And finally, we visit a restaurant that switched to counter service to make the business more sustainable. Food, work, and space repair. That's quite a Saturday menu. Before we begin, if you're new here, we turn real news into natural English conversation every day, with words you can actually use after listening. If that helps your English practice, please subscribe and join us for 10 minutes. Let's reset our brains and start with space. Space.com reported on a plan to save NASA's Neil Gehrels Swift Observatory.
The phrase "save a telescope" already sounds like a movie trailer.
It does. The problem is that the telescope's orbit has been getting lower.
Because space is not totally empty, right?
Right. Increased solar activity can make Earth's upper atmosphere expand, which creates more drag for satellites.
So the telescope is not crashing today, but it is slowly losing altitude.
Exactly. Catalyst Space Technologies plans to send a spacecraft called Link to dock with it.
Docking with an old space telescope sounds incredibly delicate.
The goal is to boost it into a safer orbit.
That's such a clean use of boost. Push it higher, give it more time.
Yes. The launch is scheduled for June 27th, so this is a real rescue plan, not just an idea.
I like that the mission is not to replace the telescope. It's to help it keep working.
That's why it fits today's word. They're trying to reset the telescope's position before the problem becomes final.
A space reset with actual hardware. For learners, orbit means the path an object follows around a planet or star. And rescue mission is easy to remember because it sounds urgent.
Exactly. You can also say the team wants to boost the telescope to a safer orbit.
That sentence has action, purpose, and a little drama.
The bigger idea is hopeful. Sometimes maintenance is more interesting than replacement.
Especially when the thing being maintained is floating above Earth.
So our first reset is physical. Move the telescope back towards safety.
I did not expect Saturday to begin with orbital life support.
Axios reported that workplace benefits are facing cuts as costs rise. That is the kind of headline that makes employees sit up straighter. The article points to rising healthcare costs, AI spending, and a weaker labor market. So companies are looking at more than salaries. Exactly. Benefits can include paid parental leave, retirement matching, fertility support, meals, fitness programs, and other perks. Those are not small extras for people. Some of them shape real-life decisions. Right. Axios cited a survey where more than half of business leaders said they were cutting benefits to help fund AI investments. That is a sharp trade-off. Future technology on one side, current worker support on the other. The article also mentioned bonuses and raises being reduced by many employers. So, cut back is the phrase here. Yes, to cut back means to reduce something. Like, the company cut back on travel, or I cut back on coffee. Exactly. Another useful word is perks. Perks are extra benefits that make a job more attractive. Free lunch is a perk. Retirement matching feels bigger than a perk, though. good distinction. Benefits can be essential parts of compensation, not just nice extras. That makes this reset feel uncomfortable. It does, but we should not say every company is making the same cuts. Right, this is a trend under pressure, not a one universal rule. Today's word helps us frame it. Companies are resetting what they can afford to offer. And workers may have to reset what they expect from a job package. Exactly. It's a practical workplace story with useful English. Also a reminder that benefits can be a very emotional word. Eater reported on a restaurant team in Washington, D.C. that built a new place around counter service.
Counter service sounds casual, but I'm guessing the story is not just order faster.
Exactly. The team behind Tail Up Goat created Rye Bunny with a lighter business model.
Lighter as in fewer moving parts?
Yes, the article connects the change to inflation, labor costs, insurance costs, and changing dining habits.
That sounds like the restaurant version of the benefits story.
It really does. The goal is to make the restaurant more sustainable.
And here, sustainable means the business can keep going, not just something environmental.
Exactly. In this story, it means a model that protects quality, staff well-being, and costs.
I like that. It's not remove hospitality, it's redesign hospitality.
That's the key. Counter service can reduce pressure without removing care.
I can picture a smaller team, a simpler flow, and less chaos during service.
For learners, business model means the way a company makes money and operates.
And well-being means people's health and general quality of life.
Yes, the restaurant is resetting its model so the people and the place can last.
That's a very human kind of reset.
It connects back to topic 2, too. Costs are not abstract when people are doing the work.
Exactly. A spreadsheet decision becomes someone's schedule, benefits, or stress level.
So our third reset is operational. Redesign the system before it burns people out.
Honestly, that might be the most relatable one.
Today's keyword was reset, and every story used it in a different way. In space, engineers want to reset a telescope's orbit with a rescue boost. A tiny adjustment could give a huge instrument more life. At work, companies are resetting benefits under pressure from health costs and AI spending. That reset can feel personal because benefits touch real life. In restaurants, one team reset its service model to make the business more sustainable. Less fancy on the surface, maybe more durable underneath. So, here is today's question. Which reset felt most interesting to you? Option A is the Space Telescope Rescue. Option B is the Workplace Benefits Reset. Option C is the Counter Service Restaurant Model. Tell us in the comments. Take today's word with you. A reset is not always a failure. Sometimes it's the adjustment that lets something continue. I'm taking that into my Saturday immediately. If this conversation helped your English, please like, subscribe, and come back tomorrow. Have a calm weekend and see you tomorrow.